Two examples of artificial intelligences for medical use reside in the activity of daily living room. One bot, Brandon, simulates a 4th grade student, while the other, Megan, is a nurse with a severe disfluency. Together they help participants utilize real-world interview questions in a way that helps demonstrate the principles of the S24 Erickson Scale of Communication Attitudes. What does this actually mean? The original Erickson scale presented patients with a series of true or false questions addressing their concern with how stuttering affected their daily lives. This format was later modified in 1974 by Andrus and Cluster. My name is James Ziegler, and I am the project manager. I added my own modification to the S24 to better serve my own clinical instructional purposes. The first question on the modified S24 Erickson Scale of Communication Attitudes is as follows. I usually feel that I am making a favorable impression when I talk. The patient would then select a true or false column. I change the syntax and the form of the intransitive or transitive statements into an interrogative form. For instance, when you talk, do you usually feel that you make a favorable impression? By asking the same question in a variety of ways, the clinician uses the patient's improvised conversational skills to diagnose potential causes or stresses that trigger disfluencies. Now let's get started. To engage a particular bot, an avatar touches the AI to receive one of several possible note cards containing randomized questions. The first and second question on all note cards contain the introductory statement, which is used to activate the AI to your commands, and a closing statement, which disengages the AI. We're going to introduce ourselves to the AI named Brandon by typing or copying the introductory question on the note card and pasting it into OpenChat. The script is intended to sound conversational and realistic. Brandon then answers, "Hello, avatar name," whatever your name might be. "Me too, I like your shirt. That's okay, as long as I don't have to repeat the 4th grade." The don't is displayed in chat as the letter D followed by a dash, followed by the word don't. To understand what disfluency of punctuation mark represents, we turn our attention to this chart on the wall. We see that the dash represents an instance of stuttering called repetition. This is one of the core behaviors of stuttering. The scripted dialogue in a note card is necessary due to the limitations of chatbot technology. Without exact wording, the bot may reply with silence or with an answer that has nothing to do with the question being asked. We're also currently exploring ways to give chatbots voice capabilities. Let's ask Brandon another question. Brandon replies, I guess. The do, using our chart, we see that the dots represent a stuttering symptom known as block, with each dot equal to 1 second of blocking. Now we'll ask Brandon the third question. Brandon replies, I like to have lots of friends and we hang out together. New kids are fun because you find out cool stuff from them. Brandon's reply contains no punctuation marks. That would indicate a disfluency. Based on his age, we can presume that Brandon does not stutter, and any occurrences of disfluency at this point are natural and more a cause or a symptom of his young age. Well, now type our closing statement and end our conversation with Brandon. Let's see what Megan has to say. We'll type our introductory statement. I'm here today to learn more about you and your speech. As we can see, Megan answers with, hello, avatar name. I'm glad to meet you. I hope you can help me. Just based on this initial question, we can see Megan's disfluency is severe, much more than Brandon's, of course. Using the chart, we see several instances of repetition, as well as 4 asterisks, which indicate a 4-second prolongation of the ah sound. We'll ask her another question. Do you feel usually that you are making a favorable impression when you talk? Megan replies, I don't think people take me serious because of my speech. Not a good one, no. End of quote. Using our chart, we can see that Megan starts off with an instance of stuttering known as a block that lasts for about 3 seconds before she's able to say I. She then does a repetition of the in me, followed by a 4-second prolongation of the high-tense front vowel sounding seriously, and then another repetition of the k in because. Let's ask Megan about stuttering and her job. Do you feel you talk well enough for the kind of work you really do? Megan answers, this is why I am here. I have had some patients request another nurse because they think I'm dumb or something. As we conclude our interview with Megan, we understand in her own words her motivation for seeking treatment. Her answers also help us frame the context of any potential psychological barriers, such as low self-confidence or a fear of public speaking, that may interfere with Megan's ability to overcome her fear of stuttering. We can count the number of stuttering instances in her speech to locate problem words or letters. We can also look at the relationship to problem words with nearby non-problem words, and to see if the point at which a problem word appears in a sentence makes a difference. This simple interview is really quite complex. Additionally, users can rate the level of severity of the stuttering on a standardized rating scale.